review a few aspects of things that you should be initially starting to plan for in 2021. If you haven't thought about that already, we're already coming into the end of the year. So it's super important to start putting that plan in place and making the final adjustments so that when 2021 hits, you're ready to go and you start off running full force with a plan that's going to get you to your year-end goal. So some of the things that, a lot of us, think about when we are planning is, of course, what is the ultimate goal? And is that goal based around the amount of units sold? Is it based around the amount of earnings that you want for next year? And how do you back into those goals? Keeping it real simple, clean, and basic. And so some of the things that I like to, for us to all, take into consideration when you're planning is, okay, what is that number? What is that end all number for 2021? Do you want to earn 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, $1 million for 2021? And what does that look like? And how do you break down and put that into buckets? What it's going to take for you to get there. And so, how that relates into your farming is one is you break that down into a total, your total revenue for the year, divide that by your 12 months, and then break that down into quarterly segments. And then what that looks like and what you have to achieve in each month. And I think it's always easier to break things down for your goals month by month, because you look at the big picture and it can be overwhelming saying, hey, I'm going to earn $500,000 for 2021. And that seems like a really huge number. How are you going to get there? But if you break it down into your monthly compartment of what that looks like, it becomes a lot easier for you to visualize and to obtain, and not so overwhelming, just focusing on incrementally knocking off and chipping away at that overall end all goal. And it also keeps you very focused on your measuring stick of where you are in your goal. You can break it down from, as I said, month by month. And then from there, you're going to break it down. You can even break it down week by week and day by day. What do you have to do? How do you have to accomplish these things in the goals that you're looking to do? And, all of those things are super important in your planning for your ultimate goal for 2021. So we'll break this down, and some of just kind of a couple of things that we wanted to share from our end at Clearmark is, in farming, and how do you look at your farming and how does that pertain to your goal? Because there's lots of different things that farming means. It doesn't mean that there's a geographic area only. It could be your sphere of influence. It could be a referral base that you're going to farm. All of these things at a glance. What does farming look like? Plant the seeds by identifying a geographic area. And that geographic area, again, it does not have to just pertain to a certain specific area. If you're going to say, hey, I want to go to Calabasas, I'm going to take, this particular neighborhood and I'm going to go after it. But like I said, it can also mean that you're going to go after your sphere of influence, your past clients, your referral base. Maybe it happens to be a group of PTO people, or maybe it's a local a group that your kids that you play sports with that you're going to go after. A variety of different things, but the most important thing is identifying what that farm is and what it looks like, and then from there you go into nurturing those seeds through regular communication and getting community involvement. That's one of the biggest things that, when people talk about farming, again, it's not just from a distance. It's very much a community grassroots level of marketing and communication, making sure that that particular group of people that you're looking to communicate and that you feel is going to get you to your year-end goal is that you're intimately involved with them, that that particular marketplace, or those people, and you're communicating them on a regular basis, and they're trusting you as that real estate expert, which you are. And that's how you have to see yourself and identify yourself, and making sure that people always understand that you are a resource. And it's not a strong sell. It's I think it's always, I've seen some of the best sales people and sales teams and companies, what they do is educate. They're educating their audience. They're educating their people out there with what it is that's going to make them better, how they can understand something, and so that they feel comfortable coming back to you at all times, through, this particular instance in real estate. They come back to you because you're a great resource for them. Maybe you're not going to get a deal from them today, but you might get one from a month from now. And if they feel comfortable, enough with you, they're always going to send you that referral. And then number three I have on here is harvest the sales in your farm, knowing your particular farm. So whether, again, if that's a geographic area, if that's a sphere of influence, if that's past clients, you should know whether there's transactions being done in that particular geographic area. Understand your sphere of influence. Again, whoever you're marketing to, whoever that farm is going to be, and you're going to invest your time, your dollars into that particular group, it'll be very important for you to be very familiar and intimately aware of what's happening, what's transacting. Are they doing refinances? Are they refinancing in there? Are they looking to move out in there? Has something impacted their life to make a change? So as I just mentioned, getting started with your farming, some of the most important things that you need to be aware of are, know your market. Choose a farm close to home, close to where you are, close to where your office is, someplace that you're very familiar with, a neighborhood, preferably someplace where you've built a name or you have some sort of recognition. They know you in that community. Those are important things to understand, and it makes it a little easier for you to penetrate that market. And that's why it takes, I think, a good amount of time to go in and really do your due diligence about where you want to market and where you want to farm, especially coming into 2021. 2020 has been a very unique year, as you know, and it's business. We've had to really pivot the way we operate and the way we do business and how we communicate and the engagement that we are with our clients from all aspects. Even on the title side, we've had to really look at how we're communicating with our clients, and from the realtors to the lenders to the escrow companies, to everybody out there. And so you have to take some time and to take that in consideration on how you're going to and what the market is that you're going to go after. And number two, research your market. Keeping your farm under 250 homes is ideal, with a maximum of 500. Ben, who is on here, who is our customer service and data guru for our company, he'll always tell you that when you have a conversation with him, talking to him about if you're doing a geographic farm, he'll tell you maximum 500. Stay in that 250 homes. Is a great number for you to really intimately understand that particular farm. Be sure to market. Be sure that the market you're looking for to farm has homes likely to sell based on the current local market conditions. So you're looking for an area that's active, that has things that you're familiar with, that you potentially have some buyers that are going to go into there, or people that and that there's a lot of activity. And we can tell you that information, and also you can take a look and review your particular MLS will also give you that information as well. So property research, giving yourself insider knowledge by understanding what's common and what might be on the outlier of your farm. What is the average lot size in your area? Typical home style, if there's a particular home style, maybe if you're in an area that's gated and there's a certain style, or there's a certain type of home there, what's the median sales price in there? And also look at what the high and the low has been. Home dimensions and features, what are the local features? Is this a kind of a really exclusive area in Laguna Beach, and every particular home is different and has a certain type of view that for the beach? That's something to consider. Is it a small tract of homes that was built by a particular builder, and they're kind of all different? I mean, they're all very similar in what they look like. Those are all things to consider in your particular farm, or if you're, marketing to a sphere of influence or past clients or referrals. Again, you should have an idea of what their home is worth, what the lot sizes are, all the particulars that are important in identifying and being able to talk intelligently about the people you're farming to. Inventory research, huge. This is a really big part of all of this. Know what is selling, how often, and for how much. Very important. Understanding that turnover rate. That's a basic requirement. Mastery level of inventory knowledge requires an understanding of absorption rate over turnover rate. So you break that down by the number of absorption rate is the number of active listings from last month, number of listings sold last month equal the absorption rate. So that's the months of inventory. And then turnover rates measure the number of homes that sell in any given time versus number of overall homes in the area. So combine turnover and absorption rate to estimate potential income. And again, I break it down to income. You say you want to make the $200,000 for the year. You're going to have to break that down into what it looks like on a monthly basis. And how much commission that is, and what your average sales price is per home. That'll all be necessary for you to have a realistic and active goal for you to obtain, and breaking it down by month. If you're looking to do $200,000 for the year, that means you're having to earn commissions of about $16,666 per month. How many homes is that? What price point does that have to be at? How many of them are going to be list side? How many of them have to be a buyer side? How many buyers of it if you're only dealing with buyers? Those are all important things that you're going to have to base that on. Equip yourself with to be able to connect with the residents. Make a list of positives and negatives and the geographic features that affect the sale of the property in your particular farm. Know the pros and cons of the local grocery store. Is highway, is this right next to a freeway? How much noise is there? Body of water, if you're close to the beach, do you have a view of a beach? Is there a lake there? Is there a man-made lake in the particular condo or townhome residence? Similar features that affect the local residents. So a lot of these things are really important things that you need to make sure that you're aware of, and that you've notated in your own marketing plan and business plan for the year. So let's just say you picked a particular area let's say in Long Beach, right? Long Beach, you could say, okay, I'm going to be right there in Belmont Shores. So I know that accessibility from the freeways are going to be the 405, 605, and then 22. That all kind of enter there, and I'm going to be from the freeway. I'm 3.4 miles away from the neighborhood. What that looks like, and you're going to look like, okay, well, let's take a look at the homes that are available. I mean, the restaurants in that area. How far is the local gas station? How far is the local market that they're going to be able to go shop for? Do their grocery shoppings? Where's the local Staples? It's funny. I'm from the Orange County area, and I talk with some of the people. I live in Newport, and then some of the people that live in Laguna Beach. I always say, hey, I can go within 2 minutes and be at the local Staples and be at a local Starbucks in Laguna. You're having to travel outside of the city because there's no, in Laguna Beach, there's no Staples in that area. So understanding the local nuances for particular areas is super important in having success and having people trust you, and you being considered an expert in that particular area. So at Clearmark, that couple of the things that are really important for you to understand, and tools that we offer in being your partner in your success is we offer Clearmark Title Toolbox. This particular technology is there's a lot of different technologies that are out there, but this particular one, I like it a lot. I think a lot of realtors like it because of a couple of things. One, it's very user friendly. There's a mobile app. You can use it on your iPad. You can use it on your phone. It gives you access to real estate records all across the United States, of course, here in California, Southern California. It gives you, it allows you to do customized farming, gives you statistics, gives you turnover rates in the particular area, allows you to dive deeper into each particular property to be able to pull a full-blown property profile with documents if they're available. Most of the time they are, I would say about 90% of the time they are. But one of the really, I think, unique things of this particular tool that we offer is that the farm is always, once you create a farm in your account, it's always being actively updated. And what I mean by that is that it is a program that has which is constantly in the background updating to see what type of activity is taking place in your particular farm. As you can see here on my slide, there's a shaded out area that is in purple, and the homes in there are all in blue. Let's say there was some sort of activity, maybe somebody refinanced, somebody sold in that area. Well, you're going to be updated every 8 to 10 days. That's automatically being updated, and you'll be notified if there was some sort of activity taking place in your farm. And that's important for you to know, right? It's important for you to be updated instead of having to go back, having to call a company and say, hey, can you update my farm? Can you update my farm? There's no reason to do that anymore, with a powerful tool like this. And we offer it at Clearmark Title Company. That's one of the benefits of utilizing us and helping us partner with you in your success, is that we'll help you create that farm, put it in place, and then it automatically does its thing from the back end, and you're notified, because there's no reason not to be utilizing technology to be able to do a myriad of things to be able to help you with your success per month. Some of the advanced features, Ven, I think, is on here. Do you want to address or talk about any of these, Ven? I don't know if he is. Maybe he's.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I am.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
I know you're dealing with these particular pieces, on a more intimate basis constantly. And I figured, these you might want to give a little bit of background or insight to.
yeah, absolutely. So on the further farms, we already, John already discussed that a little bit. The way it works is once a farm is saved in your farm database, once you click on it, then it automatically updates to the newest information. We're about, I don't know, 7 days out at most. So that's the nice thing about it. The other thing for nationwide access, that's pretty self-explanatory. You have access to basically anywhere in the US, right? If you needed to figure out a client's property in Oregon or whatnot, you're able to do that as well. Nice thing about data and save searches, it's not just you can do it, I can also do it for you. In other words, you can say, hey, Ven, okay, John, hey, Lori, I need a farm and I need this, sent to me if you can, please. Then I can go in the back end, I can work on it, and I can share that farm with you. That way you have access to it. You can tweak it the way you want to tweak it. Non-owner occupied, next sellers, those type of situations where I think we'll talk about in the next slide or two going forward. And then, yeah, geo-based, search farm, that's any format you guys need to be put into any type of database CRM system as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. As he was mentioning, if for those of you who maybe have clients that are, moving in from out of state or moving out from California, which we've been seeing that a lot more lately. You can kind of pull some information of, okay, great, I have some clients that are here in Calabasas, and they're moving. They're going to end up moving out to Idaho. Well, maybe you can pull up some information for them, on a preliminary basis through this technology and this tool. It gives you a wide variety of accessibility to real estate data, and again, it makes you look like and you know who you are. You guys are the experts. It makes your client have that much more confidence in you, knowing that you're the go-to person for real estate. All real estate matters. So that's important for you to remember and to consider when looking at different tools to invest your time in. Here's the other area, the reports. We offer full profiles, SB 133 compliant profiles, single page profiles, AVMs, tax bills, wherever those are available. Any number of customized configurable reports that you want to help you with your presentation, or if you're doing a listing presentation or doing some sort of due diligence on a particular property. There's all different types of reports that are available there. Searches, in addition to your farms, you have the ability to search nationwide owners, which we talked about. Track utility, measure the frequency of property sales, known as turnover rate in a geographic area, and works like a radar to place realtors or investors into areas or homes that are selling more frequent. We said that was really important, that you understand that particular piece, and also we talked about understanding the absorption rate, right? So for example, let's just say your farm has 20 active homes for sale last month, and then they had 6 closings. The 20 active listings, 6 closings would equal 3.33 months of inventory with that amount of active listings based upon your six closings. So you got 3 months of activity in there. And so you always want to make sure that you understand your inventory and making sure that you're understanding the absorption rate for your current active listings in a particular area. Super important. Anything that you want to add to that, Ven?
No, that's exactly. I mean, and this stuff, the calculations are pretty easily done on the program itself. So I mean, again, we isolate where you want to be. You give me a border of where the square or rectangle or spots that you want in terms of your tract or your farm, and we'll be able to tell you exactly what the turnover ratio is and the owner occupied and absentee owner ratio, just like that.
Yeah, so that was, for as far as the farmings go, there's a lot of different things that you can utilize that particular tool, that technology for when you're preparing or doing due diligence or creating a farm in your area. Have it, extract all the data from there if you're doing a mailer, or if you're going to be walking the farm, or whatever it happens to be that you're going to be doing. It's just a great place to be able to do all your research, get intimately familiar with what's happening. And you can even pull a trend of what happened, year after year after year in that particular farm, and then run some numbers on your local MLS of sales in that particular area, and do some research on what transpired on those particular real estate numbers in any given area. Also, some of the things that I think are really, I think that as partnering with us, that we can help with in identifying and understanding a particular farm or a marketing area or a segment that you're going to go after that's in line with your business planning for 2021. Is take the opportunity to reach out to one of our salespeople. For those of you in Calabasas, I know you're dealing with Lori, and she's available all the time to sit down and talk with you intimately about what your plans are, what the goal is, and then how we can help with and assist with that. And then once it comes to the farming and being very strategic and how to utilize it and training on that, then we'll bring, she'll bring Vin Van into the mix and be able to help you and give you a deeper dive into the technology and into how to farm and what you should be looking at and really how to navigate that. And he can tell you, from experience with working with lots of, like high-end producers, different teams, beginner realtors to the medium to experience. Everything in between. He'll give you really solid firsthand information on what he's seen people have success with, what he sees people, some of the typical mistakes that are made, or things that maybe you're overlooking or that you're not aware of. And all of those things are super important for everybody to take into consideration when you're planning in business planning for the new year, and also really looking at a farm, because every bit of time that you spend doing something that's costing you money that's costing you from not being in front of another person that's going to be able to help you produce a transaction or earn something towards your income goal for the year. We put our contact information up there on the screen. Some of the other things that are available when you're pulling potential listing of a potential listing opportunity is that you can always reach out to us and we'll get you a preliminary report, so you have that information about what's going on that property, what the property looks like from a technical standpoint, as well as maybe you have a buyer interested in looking at a particular property that you guys are already going into, and you really want to get an idea of what's on that property, if there's anything that would prohibit your client from buying it. Anything else you want to share that we should be aware of that maybe I missed, Vin?
No, I think you covered it all. I think you covered it all pretty good. Yeah.
And then also, so we want to open it up for any questions. If there's any questions, I don't know if they're being asked in the chat box there, or if you guys are receiving them live.
Yeah, so far I don't see any questions. I have prompted everyone to go ahead and leave their questions in the comment section. So, but there is a little bit of a delay. We'll give them a second to maybe type.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, definitely this is, we want this to be interactive. And again, if a question doesn't come to you, if you can't think of one right now or nothing's coming to mind, but something does come when you're starting to plan, please, reach out to us. You can email us, text us directly, and we'll help you with that. One of the things that I will really urge each of you that are, on this presentation is that reach out to us and just, share your idea of what your business plan is, how you're putting it together. Because I think, this is not a standalone business. You have to have a strong team to support you in accomplishing your goals. And I think that, in the grand scheme of things, us as a title company, that, we're a big partner, and there's more than just the title research that we do. I think we're actively, we have a lot of intimate knowledge of what's works out in the industry, what we see, any new technologies that are available, what people are looking forward to, that are having big success in, and kind of understand that business planning, because we operate in the same way too. We're planning, we're being very strategic about it, being very mindful of how we're going to operate and what we're going to do in order to achieve our success and our market share, because we're achieving a certain market share in particular areas throughout California as well.
I do want to add, John, you forgot to mention, or we forgot to mention, is that I know KW, you guys have your KW command system, and for the newer agents, or even the more seasoned agents, if you want to continue to build that sphere of influence, and if you need data for like phone numbers and emails, they are available for purchase. And we're talking about 5 cents, per phone number, 7 cents per email. You already have the technology free with KW. Get those emails, start dripping on just people in your farm. Let them know what the market's doing. You let them know what the market update that's going on, in their area. The bottom line is, all the economists are still all saying next year is going to be another good year, right? We're going to have inventory issues still, and rates are going to stay low. But the thing is, having listings, that's how you control the market. That's where the business is, and that's what we got to go after. The people that need to sell, that want to sell, that want to move up, that want to continue to get to their next American dream, so to speak. But yeah, we're here to help you with the data. Anything you need with that, we can do it.
Absolutely.
So I'm not seeing any questions right yet, but I will put your contact info in the comment section so they have it.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, and that's it. That's what we have for you guys. Again, we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to earn your business and be part of your, partner with you in your success. Again, anything that you guys have questions on or that you may need, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here for you. We're around constantly. So we're looking forward to being part of the success for 2021, and thanks for the opportunity. Have a great rest of the week and a great rest of the day.
Thank you, John.
Thank you,
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Have a great rest of the day. All right.
Okay.